Good morning. We got the sun on us first thing in the morning. How'd you like that little shot of the bird's nest? I noticed that was in the tree right next to me, just right at like chest height or so, so you can kind of get a good glimpse of right in there. But and there was also coyotes howling right when I was filming that shot too, if you could hear them. But I am ready for today. I am warm. I am ready to be walking on snow. So we got 5 miles till we get to a campground, and then supposedly shortly after this campground, it's just all kind of a continuous snowfield. A lot of post holing, a lot of fun. We'll get to see what that looks like. Somewheres in the middle of that, I'll be looking for camp and talking to people somewhat recently. Last time I was in Chama, who just finished doing this section. I should be able to find some random sites where the snow is cleared and be able to pitch a tent somewhere. So that's kind of what today looks like. And then tomorrow we'll finish up the last 10 miles or whatever, and we'll get to Cumbers Pass, and then we can hitch back into the town of Chama. So we'll get back to trail here, and we'll start this day. There's looking back at the trees I was just camped in. Up on this nice little rise. Beautiful morning. The trail's just over here on the edge. There's a herd of elk across the way. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at least. You might be able to tell they're moving. See that group of trees just right in the middle of the screen there? There's one to the south of the trees, and then all the rest of them are right up there in the middle of the screen, just grazing in the hillside. There's those elk across the way. They're being silhouetted on that ridge right there. That was an elk galloping away, just here on my ridge. I made it to the first water source for the morning. A little stream, flowing nice. And I almost don't believe it, but there's another elk. Right there on the hillside grazing. I found where all the frogs are hanging out. We made it to the Lagunitas campsite. It's a little tiny lake over here. A little privy. I think I'm just going to take a snack break maybe. Find a picnic table in the sun. And then we'll be on our way. I feel like for most people this is kind of a unique feeling to where you're at like a campground and nobody else is here because it's really not open yet for the season probably. So just enjoying a nice morning. I got the warm sun on my face. I'm drying out my tent on the table there. Snacking on some snacks. Enjoying the last bits of rest before I gotta trudge through some snow. We'll be back on trail shortly. There's the start of some of the snow patches. Still definitely more fun than anything else. So far, I'd say this has been pretty easy. It's mostly snow-free. We still got a long ways to go in this snowfield section, but so far it's not that bad. I'm just stopping to take in this amazing view. There's a house right down there. There's a house right down there. Somebody lives over there. And we got good views of the San Juans. Definitely more snow on them than what I saw in the High Sierra. Made it to a little scenic overlook in the Carson National Forest, the Cruces Basin Wilderness. This is looking out to the east. And south is down that way. The weather's been holding off really good. Maybe raining way out there. This is usually the time of day where I get rolled over on a storm or two. There's something to the north just started building. But it's small. Weather doesn't look that bad. I think I'm gonna take a lunch break. Another memorial plaque up here for someone. Well, we're done with our break. And we're back in the woods. Oof. Well, starting to get a little bit of hail. I'm not worried. There's no real big storm cloud right over me, so this shouldn't last very long. I was just thinking about how when I was in Chama last, just 4 or 5 days ago, talking with hikers who had just finished this section, and we're back in Chama, they had said that the last 20 miles, basically from the Lagunitas campground to Cumbers Pass, was all continuous snowfield. Well, 90% of it's all melted. So this must have all just melted in the last couple of days. That's crazy. I was just glancing down into this valley, and that snow berm must be 50 feet high, if it looks that impressive from as far away as I am. Large storm up to the north, but that's far enough north. That's not going to affect me. I'm going to be kind of rounding these little hills and moving off this way to the west some, over that way a little bit. I think the next weather that might be threatening me is over there. Kind of looks like there's a little bit of rain coming down. No major storm associated with it, but just light sprinkles, it looks like, coming my way. We've been dodging all the weather so far. There's the really big storm to the north of us. It's all blowing by. That's safely getting away. We'll be starting to move to our west, going over these hills. There's the next storm to threaten us. Just light kind of rain showers. Doesn't look too aggressive yet. What else is kind of cool is that, I think I mentioned in Chama, you got that scenic railway there, that old historic steam engine that a lot of tourists come up there, and out of town, the railroad kind of goes north and east through these mountains and into Colorado and stuff. And I've been hearing that steam engine blow its horn every once in a while. It just kind of echoes through the mountains. It could be miles and miles from here, but it's just cool hearing it every once in a while blow its whistle. I got myself in my little emergency shelter. It's currently hailing. I'll just be sitting here for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Well, I'm back on trail. Just had to hunker down for like 20 minutes. There's the storm over there. Dumped some hail on us. But we're doing good. Got another break in the weather. Looks all right for a while. I think I'm only going to do another 2.5 miles today. That's all we really need to do. We've been cruising pretty quick. Made up a lot of lost miles from the other days of getting stormed on. So I think we're doing good. I just hopped up on water. Got about a mile left to the area I'm thinking of camping in. We'll be there shortly. Well, I don't want to set up in a field anywhere, so the next flat spot, tucked in some trees, is going to be camp. I'll see you there. Here's just a quick look at my setup. I found a flat spot, a little bit of trees, and we got a major storm rolling in right close. And I think we're going to get rained on, so I'm just going to hunker down, get everything else settled in. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. Another successful day of getting to camp dry and warm. We are right on the edge of this major cell as it kind of swings on by. We're getting some close-in lightning strikes every once in a while. Haven't got rained on yet, but that's probably coming. The forecast was just like every other day, to where expected to continuous storms up until like midnight, and then in the morning should be clear. But tomorrow we only got like 7 miles left, and then we're hitting the border. So we're getting into Colorado tomorrow. And then just a few miles past that, we get into Cumbers Pass, and we can hitchhike back to Chama. So we only got like a total of 10 miles. And we'll see all that tomorrow. I'm expecting the terrain to be really similar to what we had. Maybe just a few light patches of snow, and that's it. But it looks like all the snow in this section's gone. So way better than what I'd heard and expected, which is good. Snow's melting quick. But once we get into the San Juans, it's a whole new story. So we'll see how it goes. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. That was definitely one of the coldest nights I have ever had on trail. Everything is below freezing. Frost on everything. Everything's frozen, except the water filter. Slept with that, had that nice and protected. And thank goodness I've got the waterproof socks, because that provides an excellent insulation layer for putting on frozen shoes. So the sun's just peeking above the horizon. Hopefully it starts warming everything up nicely. And I can start getting thawed out later. But I'll just check back in once it gets a little more warmed up. Starting out with a climb this morning. I think we camped somewhere 10,200, 10,400, something like that, altitude-wise. Climbing up to 11,000. Before getting some descent. There's been a couple places like this where it's just a mess of blowdowns. You just gotta pick your way through, find the best route. Well, there's definitely more snow on this little area. Easy enough to walk on, and still easy enough to find your way. It's not too hard to lose where everybody else is gone. And this right here is the high point for the state of New Mexico on the official CDT line. We're at 11,040 feet. I'm gonna take a break up here for a minute. All right, time to finish up New Mexico. We only got 4.5 miles left to the border. Looks like we're following a snow machine trail on down. You can see the faint snow machine tracks here. And yes, I said snow machine. I'm from Alaska, sue me. Just ran across a set of prints in the snow. What do you guys think these are? Cat or dog? I kind of see claws in this one, so maybe more dog, like a coyote or something. Just a single track. I guess this is where all the snow's been hiding. Definitely a lot more over here. Oh, we're out of the snowfields for a bit. That was only about 3 miles of continuous snow. Wasn't too bad to slug through. There's more snow. Still more fun than anything else. It's part of the adventure. Well, I'm getting tired now. This has been the most difficult stretch. We got 1.5 miles to the border. It's just been steep, cliffside embankments, and tons of blowdowns to get through. This is definitely a workout now. Here's Dixie Creek. We're less than 1 mile now. Easier now as we get into the last little bit here before the border. But man, there was a mile in there where that was the worst mile of the whole state. Right here at the end. Definitely a workout. There's the little border sign. It's looking a little worse for wear. And we are done with New Mexico. And we'll see what Colorado has in store. First proper look at Colorado, and it's a beautiful one. You can see Cumbers Pass, Route 17. That's where we're hitchhiking from. And you can even see the scenic railway, which comes out of Chama. We got 3 miles left. Beautiful scenery. I was just thinking that now that we're done with New Mexico, I think as a whole, New Mexico was the easiest state I've ever hiked in, just from a physical standpoint. The ups and downs were extremely easy in general, and the hardest part of the whole trail was just right at the end, slugging through snow and a whole bunch of blowdowns. Well, it's not easy going down. There's lots of wet, swamp, slush, blowdowns, post-holing through snow. Whew. Loads of fun. Got just 1 mile left. Go up this hill and then drop down. There's like a full rest area or something up here. Oh, that's like a train station for the scenic railway that's right on the railroad line. Okay, that's what those buildings are. Oh, we're almost there. All right, we made it. Cumbers Pass. Little parking lot here. This is where I'm hitching from. Trying to get out to the southwest, back to Chama. See you guys in town. Oh, we made it back to Chama. This place looks familiar. It's warmer than the last weekend I was here, which is nice. It's a weekend, a lot of people are around. Let's see, the room in the hotel was not ready yet, but I got all my gear dropped off. I'll go find some lunch in the meantime. And I did notice that the Boxcar Cafe is open, so I gotta check this place out, see if we can get some good food. But from the pass, it just took less than a minute. First car that drove by picked me up, So it was awesome. Maybe I'm just getting lucky, but quick ride into town here. The old box car. And it's open.
Maybe call my wife and so.
Well, it's a couple hours later after having lunch. That was really good over at the box car. Unfortunately, they're closed tomorrow. That's just their one day a week they're closed on Mondays, so I'll have to find something else for breakfast, but I'll be able to get a breakfast over there on Tuesday once I head out of town. Anyway, I feel like there's always like a huge laundry list of things to do as soon as I get to a town, and I think the first most important on my list is to do laundry, just because there's no laundromats close. There's one in town, I think, but it's a ways away, so I'm just going to do bathtub laundry again. I should get that started here soon, just so I can get it drying, and it'll be ready to wear for tomorrow. But besides doing laundry, I'm going to take care of food shopping and all that for tomorrow. I'm going to do a 0 day tomorrow before we tackle the next section into Colorado. And I think that's it for now. So I'll just check back probably when we're going out again in a few hours to find some dinner. Well, it's coming up on dinner time. I feel like I got some stuff accomplished. I got laundry done just in the bathtub there, so everything there is drying. And I got a video uploaded, so we're good there. And I think I'm just going to head back over to the Boxcar Cafe, check out their dinner menu since they're going to be closed all day tomorrow. And then after dinner, I think the only other thing I want to do is run maybe back to the Family Dollar and just buy some snacks and drinks and things for tonight. So that's coming up. Let's go get some food. Well, there's a major storm just on the outskirts of town. Hearing some thunder too. Well, that was an interesting run around just to find some food. I'm trying really hard to like this town, but for some reason, it's just really hard to get food. Everything's closed. I ended up over at the Foster's bar again, and noticed they have an all-day breakfast menu, so I just got some French toast and eggs and stuff, but it was just very undercooked, and everything was just raw, so I ate it because I was hungry, and they were about to close anyway, and it was only like 6:45. So I don't know, either my timing is weirdly off. It seems weird why this whole town would shut down, and it's the start of tourist season because the Scenic Railway just opened up last weekend when it was Memorial Day weekend, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to do all my logistics planning and shopping and everything else tomorrow for the 0 day. So I'll check back in then. Thanks for watching, and we'll just see you all in the next one.